Okay, this is the answer key for the 1 and 2 step equation quiz that you guys took on Friday and Monday. What I want you to do is watch me work out every problem that you missed, and then on the correction page, you are going to tell me on the problems that you missed, what you missed, and redo the problem. That should be easy because you're going to be watching me do them anyway. All right, so here we go. Remember, you can fast forward to only the problems you missed. Number 1, negative x over 4 equals negative 7. First thing I would do in this problem is I would put the negative in the 4 and make this x over negative 4 equals negative 7. I am going to now multiply both sides by negative 4. On the left side, the negative 4's cancel, and you get x is positive 28. That was the answer to number 1 on the quiz. Problem number 2 on the quiz. X minus negative 16 equals negative 5. First thing I would have done on this problem was, I don't like these double signs, so I'm going to change minus and negative to one sign, a plus. Everything else stays the same, so x plus 16 equals negative 5. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. And you get x is negative 5 and negative 16. When you put those together, that's all negative, so it's x equals negative 21. Problem number 3. Okay, problem number 3 says negative 4x equals 48. Because this is a multiplication problem, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. On this side, the negative 4's cancel out, and you get x is 48 divided by negative 4 is negative 12. Problem number 4. Negative 3/5 x equals negative 27. So this is one of those reciprocal problems. So you're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, 5 over negative 3. On the left side, everything cancels out, and you get x equals. On the right side, I'm going to put negative 27 over 1. Negative 3 goes into negative 27 positive 9 times, because 2 negatives make a positive. 9 times 5 is 45. So number 4, x is 45. Problem 5. Negative 17 equals 8 plus x. Okay, this is just a one-step equation. You need to remember that this 8 is a positive 8. So to get rid of it, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. And when I do that, on the right side, plus 8, negative 8 cancel out. Negative 17 and negative 8, they're all negative. So my final answer is negative 25 equals x. Problem number 6. X minus 9 equals negative 15. Okay, instead of minus 9, I'm going to add 9 to both sides, the opposite. Minus 9 plus 9 cancel out, and we get x equals negative 15 plus 9, negative 6. So x is negative 6. Problem 7. 12 minus 5y equals 32. Okay, first of all, you have to know that this is a positive 12. So to get rid of it, I'm going to minus 12 from both sides. On the left side, plus 12 minus 12 cancel out. Now you got to remember, this is a negative 5y, not a 5y. So I bring down negative 5y equals 32 minus 12 is positive 20. So now I'm going to divide both sides by -5. -5 and -5 cancel out, and you get y is 20 divided by -5 is -4. Problem number 8. -3 equals -9 plus 2n. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that -9, so I'm going to add 9 to both sides. -9, +9 cancel out. -3 plus 9 is 6 equals, on the right side I have +2n. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I get n equals +3. Problem 9. 7n minus 1 all over 8 equals 6. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is it's a big fraction bar problem, so I'm going to multiply this side by 8, multiply this side by 8. That eliminates the 8 on the top and the 8 on the bottom, and I get 7n minus 1. On the right, I get 48. Okay, now I'm going to add 1 to both sides to get rid of the -1. And I get 7n equals 49. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. And I get n is 7. Problem 10. We have 10 minus 3/4 x equals -2. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. This is a +10, so I'm going to minus 10 from both sides. What I have left is not 3/4 x. I have -3/4 x equals -2 and -10. They're all negative, so I have -12 left. Now, I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, 4 over -3. On the left side, everything cancels. And you get x is, on the right side, if I put -12 over 1, -3 goes into -12, +4 times, 2 negatives. These 2 negatives cancel out and make a positive. 4 times 4 is +16. Problem number 11. 12 equals 2 minus 5x. Okay. Again, this is a +2. So to get rid of it, I have to minus 2 from both sides. And I get 10 equals, on this side everything cancels except for a -5x. I haven't used that negative, so I have to make sure I carry it down. Next step, I'm going to divide both sides by -5. And we get x is -2 is our final answer. Problem 12. X divided by 3 minus 6 equals 4. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 6 to both sides. This side cancels out, the -6 and +6. I'm left with x over 3 equals 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, I'm going to now multiply both sides by 3. Some of you like to say it's 3 over 1, that's fine. And the 3's cancel, and I get x is equal to 10 times 3 is 30. Problem 13. (2x minus 7 equals -4). Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 7 to both sides. And we get, whoops, we get 2x equals negative 4 plus 7 is 3. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And this one doesn't come out to be equal, so we leave it as 3 over 2. A couple of people on the quiz made that 1.5, which it is, but we don't use decimals. We just leave it as a fraction. Number 14. 10 minus 2x over 3 equals negative 4. Okay, we're going to start by multiplying both sides by 3. On the left side, the 3's cancel, and I'm left with 10 minus 2x equals negative 4 times 3, negative 12. Okay, so now this is a positive 10, so I'm going to minus 10 to both sides. And we get not 2x, we get a negative 2x, so we bring down negative 2x. Negative 12, negative 10, put them together, you get negative 22. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. And we get a final answer of x is negative 22 divided by negative 2, positive 11. (15) 2/3 x minus 15 equals 3. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 15 to both sides. Okay, on the left side, the negative 15 and positive 15 cancel out. And I'm left with 2/3 x equals 3 plus 15, 18. Okay, now I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, 3 over 2. On the left side, the 3's cancel, the 2's cancel, and I'm left with x equals, on the right side, I put 18 over 1. 2 goes into 18 9 times, and 9 times 3 is, whoops, 27. Not sure what I was doing. 27. Get my pen back. Okay, and number 16. 12 minus y equals negative 4. Okay, I reminded you that when I have a problem like this, I always put a 1 in front of that variable just so I know it's a negative 1y. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, I know that's a positive 12, so I'm going to minus 12 from both sides. On the left side, 12, negative 12 cancel out, and I get negative 1y equals negative 16. Because I haven't used this negative yet, so I actually brought it down. That's pretty important. Okay, divide both sides by negative 1, and you get y is positive 16. 17. Negative 10 equals 2 minus n over 4. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this a positive 2. We're going to minus 2 from both sides. And we get negative 10 minus 2 is negative 12. On the right side, that's not a negative n over 4. That's an n over negative 4. I like to take and put this negative right here. I like to put it on the number. Okay, so that's what I did. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 4. On the right side, these cancel. I get n is negative 4 times negative 12, positive 48. Okay, now we got to talk about the word problems. In problem number 18, I counted these as 2 points each. You had to translate the problem right to get a half a point. Then if most of your work was right, you got another half point. And if your answer was the only thing wrong, the other two parts were mostly right, then you only missed 1 out of 2 points. If you didn't translate it wrong, you probably automatically got a -2. So on number 18, it says the sum of 1/6 of a number and 5 is equal to -4. Okay, I know sum is addition. The sum of 1/6 of a number, so 1/6 of a number is 1/6 times x. The sum of 1/6 of the number and 5 means I got to add 5, is equal to -4. So that's what you had to translate the problem to. Now, to solve it, you should have subtracted 5 from both sides, and you get 1/6 x equals -4 and -5 give you -9. And then the last step here is you multiply both sides by the reciprocal, 6 over 1. And we get x is -9 times 6 is -54. Sorry. Number 19. 19. 10 subtracted from a number is -20. Okay, so 10 subtracted from means I have to have -10. Subtracted from a number, that would be a variable x, is -20. Those of you that missed this problem, what you missed mostly was you did 10 minus x. But when you're taking 10 from a number, it's got to be x minus 10. Add 10 to both sides. And we get x is -20 plus 10 is -10. Number 20. The quotient of a number in 5 increased by 6 is -14. Quotient means division, so it's a fraction. The quotient of a number in 5. I'm going to write x over 5. Increased by 6, that means plus 6, is -14. So some of you, the problem was you didn't understand quotient. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 6 first of all. And I get x over 5 equals -14 and -6 gives you -20. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. And x is -100. Okay. That finishes the going over the quiz. Make sure you keep your correction page until Friday to turn into Mrs. Jennings. Have a good day.